Hey everybody, I'm AJ and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Happy that you're here. Stay a while, hang out, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I want to keep making content. Could use the support. Here we talk about cinema as an experience, how it moves us, challenges us, and sometimes quietly reshapes the way we see the world. If that kind of storytelling speaks to you, hang out a while, you're right where you're meant to be. I wanted to talk a little bit about this movie I saw recently, House of Dynamite. It's not just a thriller, it's an ignition point, a controlled explosion of story, images, and fury. It's cinema that ramps up your fears. On its surface, the film follows a tense government people caught inside a crumbling nuclear situation, a world where power is currency and every decision feels like lighting a fuse. Now, the interesting thing about this film is it's non-chronological, showing the same sequence 3 times from different perspectives and different characters. House of Dynamite shows control and the invisible structures that decide who rises, who fails, and who gets burned in the blast radius. This is a film about human invulnerability and crisis, and the military-industrial complex, and the loss of arms control. From the opening, House of Dynamite establishes a pulse, urgent, simmering. There's family-oriented conversations that start the story, which allows tension to build naturally and also allows you to care about the characters. Kathryn Bigelow resists the temptation to cut away. Instead, we sit inside the pressure cooker with the characters. Every glance, every stuttered breath, every poorly hidden lie becomes part of the rhythm. It's a pacing that mirrors the reality of living under power. The longer the silence, the more dangerous it becomes. The cast of House of Dynamite embodies combustion. Each performance carries a different kind of vulnerability. Quiet rage, fragile hope, suppressed guilt, desperate ambition. What makes the acting so potent is the precision. Nobody explodes without reason, and nobody stays calm without a cost. Now, the direction in House of Dynamite is sharp, deliberate, and quite fearless. Kathryn uses quiet as a weapon, letting stillness speak louder than the monologues. Every scene feels intentional, composed like a photograph, held like a confession. Kathryn trusts the audience to find complexity in the shadows. There is no easy answers here, no moral shortcuts. Instead, the viewer is guided through a maze. Power dynamics, fragile alliances, and buried memories. And the interesting thing with House of Dynamite is it shares the DNA with Kathryn's earlier films, like The Hurt Locker, but it approaches tension from the opposite direction. The Hurt Locker is about the adrenaline of immediate danger, soldiers facing literal bombs. Now in House of Dynamite, this is dealt in slow volatility. The bombs here are emotional, political, and structural. Power itself becomes the device. Where The Hurt Locker throws you into the blast zone, House of Dynamite lets you study the blueprints of the situation. Both films explore how pressure shapes people, but in the different shades. One races toward chaos, the other reveals chaos we live inside. What elevates House of Dynamite beyond just a thriller or drama is its refusal to simplify. Its characters aren't symbols or warnings. They're human, messy, brilliant, wounded, and powerful in ways they don't always recognize. It becomes a view on how something falls apart slowly, then all at once. How the cracks appear before the blast, and when you hold that against what we're seeing in the current American administration, it truly becomes terrifying. The film's portrait of power, how fragile it is, and how easy it corrodes, how quickly it turns volatile. It feels less like fiction and more like a reflection on the unnerving scale of what can happen when pressure builds unchecked. Now, to watch House of Dynamite is to step into cinema that challenges rather than comforts. It demands attention. This is not an easy watch. I think a lot of people will be really surprised going into this film. It is meant to make you feel alarmingly uncomfortable all the way to the end. And in its final moments, will leave an imprint that feels impossible to shake. It makes it a powerful viewing. This film is an experience, one that asks you to look closely, listen carefully, and reckon with the forces that shape us, control us, and ultimately define who we become. If you want a story that builds slowly, beautifully, and with purpose, House of Dynamite is an essential viewing. It will leave a lasting impression. And if this film stayed with you like it stayed with me, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What moments lingered? What did it stir up for you? If you enjoy these deep dives into cinema and creativity, consider subscribing. It really helps keep the space alive. After all, I am a small channel, and I'd love your support, and I'd love to keep growing. Thanks for spending a little time with me here. Until next time, keep watching closely and let the stories stay with you. I'm AJ. Take care. I'll see you next time.